You know we're live.
We're live?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's not showing up here.
It should be.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, no, I didn't know that we were live. Alright. See if the mic is working. Alright, cool. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the weekly stream here. Didn't know that we were live. I thought we were still having technical issues. We're doing another HYTE Y70 here, but they're new colors. The strawberry milk color here. They have another purple one. It's like something else milk. I forgot the name of the fruit or something that they used. And then there's a blueberry milk. And then there's like the white and black ones as well. But yeah, this is the strawberry milk here, the Y70, no LCD. They do sell a kit. I think it's on pre-order now for this case, and it color matches too, so you can get a color match kit sold separately. It's a little bit different from the original LCD screen, I believe. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be selling them together anymore. I think they're separate things, kind of like how the Y60 was, but way easier to install than the Y60 screen. Yeah, awesome case here, and we're going to color match some fans in, and we're basically migrating the build that we had last week into this build just to show off the Z890 more and the Ultra 9, the Core Ultra 9, just because they're new components. We want to show them off a little bit more. So we're going to migrate those parts into this build here. But yeah, again, I hope you guys had a great week and a good Halloween yesterday if you celebrate that. And yeah, let's get started on this build here. So again, Z890 Maximus Hero from Asus ROG. We're going to use that motherboard once again. Sweet board. If you guys want to check that out. Hefty board. They have like a metal plate on the back here. I didn't show that off last time. Crazy boards. They always do that with these boards, and just giant VRM heat sinks. You got a little screen here. It just says ROG. I know some other manufacturers. Motherboards now, they're just going more up and up in price. I guess from like a Z490 to a Z890 it looks like very crazy, but from like a Z690 or like 790 up to a Z890 it doesn't feel as crazy. They're pretty close in price, but from like a 490 to an 890 it's crazy significant amount of change that happened in the price of things, which I don't know, it's not a good trend for consumer base like PC building enthusiast. Anyways, that's a whole separate thing. I mean, the ROG Hero boards, Maximus, even any ROG boards are going to be more expensive than your regular boards. But I mean, even like the Prime boards are kind of expensive, or you know, like the UD boards with Gigabyte. They're all kind of going up in price. But yeah, sweet board here nonetheless. You get two USB-Cs, two USB 3.0. I guess USB-C is 3.0 as well, but yeah, you get two of those front panel headers, two 3.0s, two 2.0s. I wish I had one more 2.0 to add like way more screens or devices that use that 2.0. A lot of devices use 2.0 nowadays. You get a ton of I/O in the back. I think I showed that off last week. You get Wi-Fi 7, the headphone stuff, ton of USB-A, and two Thunderbolts, USB-C essentially, and then 10 gig USB-C, and some HDMI for the integrated graphics, BIOS flashback, and a clear CMOS. So you get a, for what you, for the money, I mean, for what you pay for, you're kind of getting what you pay for here. With a board like this, you get a debug screen, a couple RGB, 3-pin 5-volt headers there, or 12 volt, 5 volt. The 4 pins are the 12 volt. Ton of fan headers, two CPU power headers for the overclocking features. So yeah, great board for what you pay for here. Board. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get this CPU, RAM, and NVMe in there.
Okay.
Just leave it there, I guess, until you fix it. But
Is it working now? I changed the mic.
yeah. Okay. Well, I was silent there for a second, y'all. Just some technical difficulties there. The mic wasn't working on the top cam. But yeah, I was just explaining stuff about the board here, about the RAM and the CPU. I don't know what y'all missed, how much y'all missed, but I was just talking about the board, all the headers it comes with, the little features, pricing on the new Z890s, and talking about the RAM, how there's a transitional period here with the new boards coming out, the higher speed um, capabilities of the new boards, the stableness of the boards, I guess, um, with the new RAM speeds coming out. So those have to kind of catch up to the boards. We'll see some new RAM coming out for that, maybe 8,000 speeds. I know it's been achieved before, but I think it'll be more stable now with the new chipsets and the new CPUs. So Intel Core i9 just was talking about a little bit of how there's no issues kind of with it now. It could have been better from Intel on release, but at least there's no like microcode issues that we had like with the 13th gen and the 14th gen i9s. Um, yeah, so just if you guys missed that, that's what I was talking about when the mic was muted or whatever that issue was. But yeah, we're gonna move on now to tossing this into the case here. Oh, well, actually, forgot to put the NVMe in. So just a 4 terabyte Kingston NVMe. Nothing too crazy. Not like a 990 Pro or one of their Fury Beast NVMe's, but still great NVMe there from Kingston. Um, and it's just my test 4 TB there. So, and again, that little just quick latch, kind of innovative thing that Asus likes to do with their boards. So I guess you get what you pay for in a way. And yeah, just boom like that, and take off the thermal pad covers there, just because I'm gonna take my drive out eventually. But yeah, sweet little board there, good parts. Let's toss it into the case now. All right. Okay, so we got the Y70, the HYTE Y70 here, in strawberry milk. That's the naming scheme that they went for with these cases here. Strawberry milk. There's another purple one. I forget, something milk, and then blueberry milk for the blue one, and then just white and black for the other one. I think Snow White, and then I think there was a panda for the other one there. This one's not. Seems to be an issue with this thing back here. It's not closing all the way. Oh, we can fix that later. Swap them out. They probably come with extras. The little clip here not clipping on. All right, anyways. Yeah, sweet sweet case. You know, I like the Y70. I was mentioned on stream, built in it plenty of times on stream, on and off stream. Y70, Y60, and Y40s have all been on stream before. Great cases. Y70 I think is the best. You know, it's the newest iteration, so they got to flesh out a lot of the issues with the other cases. And yeah, just a sweet case, sweet deal here that you get, and it's cool to see them getting into some other colors. So just gonna take those panels off again. No screws on these panels. Pretty sweet. Just some clips on top here, and they're right off. Same thing with the top. When we get there, I'll show that when I'm putting those fans in. Just take out this extra parts box here, screw box. And I'm expecting the same stuff from HYTE as usual with this box here. Probably just screws and the auxiliary cord, some straps. So yeah, the screws, zip ties, the auxiliary splitter. You do get, so I was guessing correctly, you do get a couple extra of these. There's, just in case they break or just don't function correctly, there's one back here that I could just take it out by hand. Boom. So this one wasn't functioning correctly. It's a little bit deformed. So we'll just pop this one in. Oh, it's broken. Okay, that's why it's deformed. Maybe it happens in shipping or something like that, but just top that out. And pop the new one in. So it's cool, sweet deal that they include those. So you can see, maybe it could have been me or something when I was like looking at the case. I could have broken myself instead of shipping. But boom, now pops in. It's not wiggling back here. It's nice and locked in. So cool. Nice that they include those. Some extra straps and whatnot. So usual HYTE stuff. I'll need the screws here though. Motherboard screws. And we pretty much don't need this box anymore. You get power supply screws, hard drive screws, all that stuff. You get 2 hard drive bays in the back here. Yes, well, you could put like a 2.5-inch SATA back there too if you didn't do hard drives. So that's all the extra space for hard drives there. And we'll pop this motherboard in. So I'm gonna orientate it this way to make it easier on me. Take the screw out. I'll do that on this side. Just gonna move this riser cable for now to access the standoff there, and the rest of the board once it's in. Jeez, thing is heavy. It's one challenge of building in the HYTE cases. All right, and just line it up, and it has like a catch on I've talked about these standoffs before. They're not like the ones that like protrude all the way and don't allow you to screw in like a screw, like kind of like the Corsair cases. But it still does have like a protruding part where you could still screw in a screw. So it helps get the motherboard to catch on to that spot and not move around, and just makes it really easy to get your screws in. So I think every case manufacturer should just do that, either the Corsair way or this way. I've seen some other manufacturers do it this way mostly. So sweet deal again from HYTE. I don't think they were originators, but they are smart and innovative themselves. A lot of stuff that they did do for the first time with their cases, so I'm not knocking on them. Just get these screws in. Cool that the riser cable here is color matching too. Get the pink right here on this slot. Pretty sweet. Just turn this around a bit. The rest of these screws back. These are not only motherboard screws, but they are for the 2.5-inch SST as well. Boom. Back in the box. And stand this one up. I'll just get some of this front I/O plugged in. Kind of walk through those steps too. So let's start off with the power button, just power button. I guess it does have some lighting on there too. There is no reset button or like that on these cases, but the power button does have like an outline of lighting around it. And we'll go USB 2.0. I guess make it cleaner. Although the GPU does have a little problem, but you could go down here with it, since this board does have that. Down here always kind of sucks though. Maybe it's not that bad on this case. Yeah, it's not that bad. All right. And then we'll go USB-C kind of alone up here on its own. USB-C. This top part. And HD audio. Is in the corner, and on these cases, always reaching this corner sucks. Even though on the LCD one, it was crazy. You had that display port there, but boom. So again, power button with the lighting outline, 2 USB A's, USB-C, and the headphone jack there, and you do get the splitter to go mic and headphone there. So awesome little front I/O. Adds pretty good complement to the back I/O that Asus provides. And a riser cable. Take that little warning sticker off. Yeah, we don't need that. We'll plug the riser cable towards the end so I can still access the bottom of the board here if I need to. Should just do some quick cable management. Just on these cables themselves. So with this guy, I like to just boom. Like I've mentioned before, these cases kind of just manage themselves really. So, I mean, there it goes. Doesn't get any easier than that. Again, for the bottom one there. And actually, I like the HYTE cases because you get to stuff some this way in the empty dead spots there. Kind of get that option in like all the HYTE cases. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing when you're not using the full real estate of the case, I guess, for other things. But I mean, I like it for the cable management. I guess that's what the real estate's good for. I like to shift the cables like all the way till it's hitting this wall. And then can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm looking different orientation here, but just feeling out for it. I can't really see. Yeah, you stuff them down there. Yeah, I like to add a zip tie. There is like a little zip tie spot in there, but I guess I'll skip that for now. Just add a zip tie here. Oh, you guys can't even see. Just a little zip tie here. Stuffed it all down in this like little pocket. They do have like a little zip tie thing right here. They have them all along the bottom here, but still consistent here. And I guess you can zip tie the rest of it. I just stuff them. Sometimes I'll zip tie it like on the LTD cases. But just do one zip tie here and it keeps them kind of from popping back out with the stuff. It makes it look really clean on this side, and this area is not used for anything, so I guess that's what it's good for, is just the cable management. Again, this case just really just cable manages itself, so I think that was by design too, by HYTE there. It wasn't by mistake. And we won't be doing 3 fans on the bottom. Again, just like the other Y70s we've done. You do easily 3 fans on the bottom here. You just take off the dust cover, take off these 2 screws, put the fans in, put this back on, then screw them in. You get to put 3 in, and these little screw holes are perfectly aligned. Even though you'll be missing like 1 screw for a fan or whatever, it's still really stable in there. And yeah, sweet deal. Really innovative from HYTE there. Good stuff, HYTE. And you just toss the ghost butter back on. But we won't be putting any. You won't be able to see those. You do more than the Y40 and the Y60. It is more visible. These bottom fans, they are still covered up by this cold plate here, but they are more visible than the Y40 and the Y60. And you do get a lot of glow with the RGB fans if you put them down there. You don't get to see the fans really much, but you do get that glow out of them from there. So, but just for stream today, we're not going to be putting any fans there. And I think they're mandatory to have if you're going to build in this case. You really need that airflow coming up from the bottom there, the intake. And this cold plate gets pretty cold with those fans too, kind of helps with the cooling of the case here. So, yeah. Definitely gonna need those. But for today, just intake from the spine here and exhaust through the top, exhaust through the back fan there, and yeah, pretty much it. And let's do that. Let's do the fans here. So we'll do intake with these pink fans to match the case from V-True. I don't know if HYTE does any pink fans. I don't think they do. So they have like those thick fans, and I think they do have some RGB fans as well. But we're doing V-True's just regular ARGB 120 mil fans there with a daisy chain on them for the three pin 5-volt RGB headers there. So easy little deal from V-True. Kind of got these already unboxed here.
And I'm just going to slide them in. And again, you do get these little cutouts here. I don't know if you guys see my finger going through. You get all those cutouts for the fans. So again, like this case just really manages itself. Great engineering from HYTE there. Makes it look really clean with whatever fans you use. You can use old fans, new fans, all those linking fans that look really crisp and clean because there's not too many cables, or these old school fans that do have a lot of cable. And there's some like brackets there for the zip ties right next to the holes. So when you're back here, not only does it look pretty from the front, but it'll look pretty from the back as well. I guess better to get like some reverse blade fans. Probably the only thing about these fans. I don't think they make these in reverse blade because these are a little bit older fans. I don't know if Vitru even makes any type of reverse blade fans themselves, but we like Vitru over here. So, and it's really, I don't see much pink fans on the market either, right? So more than other white and black basically. And we have these in house already, so it made perfect sense to use them. But yeah, it would be sweet to have the reverse blade one so you can really see the full potential of the RGB here. And these fans are pretty good from Vitru. You don't get any dead spots with the RGB. So. Let's get these screws in. You do get an option for 140 mil fans back here too, so if you wanted 140 mil back on the spine here, that is not a problem with this case. But the 120s still fill out. Like, I mean, you barely get these lines on the side. That's about it. You know, it's not a lot of like other cases where it's like very obvious. And I'm just gonna center them. And again, on top and bottom, you barely get any dead space once you center it too. So, I mean, yeah, of course, the 140s will fill out the spots, but not bad with some 120s. Again, good engineering from HYTE. That's about it. These are secured. There's some cable management back here. Once we're done getting the rest of the fans in there, we'll do the back fan now and then the AIO. And here there are no proprietary like holes, or not proprietary, but dedicated holes, like mounting area for the fans, but you get that like height diagonal kind of slanted thing going on there, and you can still perfectly match up 120 or 140 mil fans, so nothing to worry about. I'm actually going to slide back here. I don't think this was by design, but there's a little slit back here for the cable, so it just looks a little bit cooler or cleaner from the front. If I have it up here, yeah, it will look a little bit more cleaner than going into like this hole here. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I'm gonna stick with it. There are some other holes that are for sure by design. because there are some like brackets next to those holes for the zip ties. And I just want to center this, so. I think there? No, it's not centered. We'll go a little bit higher, just for the cable to look cleaner. That is one thing. I mean, it has its pros and cons, but you kind of just gotta figure it out yourself. And having like those dedicated melting holes makes it a little bit more difficult. It gives you a little bit more freedom to kind of get the fan where you want it. Not bad. I just always worry if I'm gonna put in like slanted. And boom. Yeah, that's great. Actually, it looks like it matches more on camera. In person, these fans are a little bit darker. You can kind of see it on camera, but definitely matches more on cam. The strawberry milk, just the milk part, makes it a little bit lighter than the not hot pink, but darker pink on the True fans. All right, let's get the AIO out here. Just a regular AIO there, or in-house VRLA AIO, 360 rad in white. There are V-True pink 360 rad AIOs, and there are some ID cooling ones, so I think we're gonna get those in for this build. You could probably get this build. We'll see. I think most likely it's gonna be on our ready to ship section, and maybe in our configurator. So you could order this case and the other colors pretty soon on our website. I know this one is going to be like a ready to ship, just with some different parts. I think if not all white inside except for the fans. I think there will be a lot more pink. I think there's going to be a pink AIO. I think we're working on getting some pink RAM. Pink card is hard to come by. I know Galax makes a pink card, so maybe we'll get that in. Who knows? If not white, just to match a little bit. The fans do have a little bit white on them, and those like vibrating, anti-vibrating pads that the fans have. And maybe like a white motherboard. So yeah, definitely gonna switch up the look a little bit on this. But pretty similar to what you see here on screen. It's going to be available, and then you can customize it through the configurator. I think we're going to throw it on the configurator anyway, so you can customize it there as well. Oh, change. Oh, the battery died on the front cam there. You guys just watch me top down. I could do this one top down anyway, so. Battery died on the front cam. No big deal. It's a regular thing that happens on this stream. Feeling a little bit hot too. Let me take this guy off. Take the jacket off. Getting a little bit. It's cold in here at first, now it's hot. Right, here's some water. Okay, and we'll get these fans on there. How am I gonna take this guy here? Put it in like this. Yeah, so cables go this way. Boom, boom, and boom. I don't know if ID Cooling or V-True sends some pink screws. That would be cool. Color matching screws on top of everything. Probably just black. Black is the standard. But yeah, I see a lot of people modding their PCs and stuff, and they really like get down to the details. Like just customizing everything. Heck, I know people like, you want all pink, they'll even take off these little white vibrating pads. There. I was gonna use a screw or a drill, so power tool. All right, and we'll just bounce it to the top. Very easy with this build. I like the change they made from the Y60 as well. I've explained this before on stream as well. But the top panel here on the Y60, you used to have to take the panel like, because you take the top panel off, right? This little dust cover panel in a way. Dust cover top panel combo thing. A lot of people complain about like the periphery, I guess, is that the word to use, of this, and like how it's not like easy to clean. It was always easy to clean for me, from experience, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, you can still take this off if you want. This mounting solution, I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. But on the Y60, you're like forced to take it off. On the Y70, you're not forced to take it off. So that was a good change they made for sure from HYTE. And there's these holes now. I think it was on the HYTE is Y60. No, they didn't have these holes on the Y60. But there's some holes up here now. You can get these through there just to make it a little bit more cleaner from the front. So we'll get those through. And try to get them all through that one hole. Make it easier on the other side. Yeah. I really like this attention to detail. It makes it look just really clean. I think that was intentional because there's multiple of these holes. Maybe it was just a manufacturing thing. I'm not sure, but I think it was intentional from HYTE, so I'm just going to give it to them. It's a really good innovation there, really good engineering. And you get actually a couple spots to mount this 120. You can push it back a little bit, push it forward. I like pushing it forward. And just makes it look a little cleaner. And you do get the option for the 140s here again. And if you're putting like 2 fans only, you get a lot of different options here. So my armpit is my third arm. All right, got that in. Let me just get the rest of these in. Actually, I'm only gonna do 4 like last time because I think I'm gonna take this out anyway, so it just makes it easier for me later. And there's nothing wrong with the stability there. It should be good. right. And you can move it or shift it just a little tad bit here and there. I'm going to center it. Center. All right. Then just pop this back on again. Just a bunch of clips. You do get extra clips too, just in case something happens, user mistake or shipping or what have you. And it looks so clean that those holes are on top there because you don't see the cables from the fans at all. Sweet deal. You see a little bit on the spine fans, but definitely not from the top fans. Even if you look down this way to the back, you can hardly see them. There's some glare from the lights, but you can hardly see them from my view. Okay, and a little bit cable management on those things, and it's out of here. Do want to mount the pump itself, though, so I'll put this bracket on there. Okay. Pop that. Toss the screws for that bracket. Luckily, you get some more screws in here. Mount those on. And it comes pre-pasted, so you just gotta watch your fingers when you're doing this. But done it for so long, so many times. And then just pop it on there. All right. So that bracket there, they kind of shift around the screws, but I like to do it diagonally just to kind of get them in all lined up. I don't screw it in all the way, just enough, and then once they're all in the hole, then I'll screw them in all the way. I dropped something here. What did I drop? Oh, okay. Route this to the back. Now these older coolers, that's the only thing I don't like is the cable kind of going up here. It looks a little bit ugly. The newer coolers, the cables kind of go off to the hoses or something like that, so they look way cleaner. If you know how to do some good cable ends, right, you can make it look a little bit fresh. A little fresh. Boom, add a zip tie or something, and then call it a day. Well, that's looking a little bit better. And these fans all daisy chain together, and then like a fan power splitter just to go directly to the motherboard. These daisy chain are the 3-pin 5-volt cable anyway. So well, the camera is really tight angles today, really zoomed in, but that goes directly to the motherboard too. So no need for like a splitter or something. Pretty sweet deal there. I'm just gonna add a zip tie back here. You do get a 3-way splitter with the AIO, I guess, for the fans that are in the AIO, but I'm actually gonna use them for the spine fans here. And we'll do a 4-way splitter on the AIO fans and the one in the back next to the VRM. So that will go directly to the motherboard. Zip tie all that together. That's what I dropped before. Can't have that floating around in there. Kind of zip tie maybe all of them together. On the bottom here. Again, so many zip tie spots in this case, kind of just, and they're like in the perfect spot to where just really cable manages itself. So can't praise HYTE for that anymore, really. Lee and Lee used to have that too in their cases, but now with their new cases, it kind of sucks. You don't really get much cable management. They just give you like some brackets. They don't even give you like the actual like zip tie spot. It's kind of weird. I don't know why Lee and Lee went that way, but boom. There you go. Just using fans like this, they're just so messy because there's so much cable. They're not like the new fans with all the link stuff. So fans like this kind of get messy. What can you do? We can do some real quick rudimentary cable management. We kind of get them out of the way. You can even plug like you have on this board. I think you get 3 RGB 5-volt, ARGB 5-volt, 3-pin 5-volt headers. So you can even like daisy chain these 3 back here, plug them into their own header. Daisy chain the 4 of them, plug them into the other header. You don't necessarily have to daisy chain them all together. I think that's what I'm gonna do just for the sake of time. I think it looks cleaner if you do daisy chain them all together. Good thing I didn't plug in this riser cable yet. So boom, there's one more header on the bottom there, and then you get one on the top here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with these. It's gonna look a little bit ugly, this top one, but it shouldn't be that bad. I do need another fan power splitter. Maria, please. Can you give me a fan power splitter?
Yeah, a fan what?
Power splitter.
Where can I get them?
That's Jerry. Yes, he has a bunch of them. Fan power splitter. He's not there. Oh, it's probably on break, yeah. Just kind of plugging these in, kind of fidangling them back here, and plug them into the top of the board there. Boom. And you get this little thing with the AIO as well. Just turns that 3-pin, kind of proprietary. It's kind of an industry standard too. This is the female part of it, but there's like the male part on the pump for the pump RGB. You can just turn that into a three-pin 5-volt anyways. So that's what I'm doing, and then add it to the daisy chain. Again, just very rudimentary cable management after that. Just trying to plug everything in. Not doing much cable management. Just plug everything in, get it turned on for y'all. For y'all the light show you always wait for. But yeah, again, kind of looks a little bit ugly coming off from the top here. Hides a little bit, but not the best. We did use a lot of those Link fans, the Corsair Link fans, with this case, with the LCD version. Same exact cable management, same exact case, just has the LCD thing in it. But those worked really well with looking clean in this case. But I have noticed, like with Corsair's own cases or Lee & Lee's their own cases, they only look clean. Like the new ones only look clean with their fans. HYTE looks clean with like anybody's fans. That's what I like about HYTE's case for sure. Thank you for that. Again, I think I'm just gonna go for the top here with this guy. Kind of got some cables up here anyway, so it shouldn't look too ugly. And I'm plugging all these fans in, so. I think it is better to actually have them split up. I mean, it looks better to have them all together for cable management looks and stuff like that, but having them split up on different headers and not too many on like a splitter is definitely better for the fans themselves, for the RPMs and all that good stuff. So not all for nothing here. Again, just not even really cable managing this. It's just very rudimentary, just adding zip tie to kind of hold it in place. I could even show that to you guys. So just really just zip tying it to hold it in place, not even doing really much cable management. Want to show, you get all these little zip tie areas. You get these zip tie areas. You get zip tie areas there, zip tie areas here, right there. Even these little Velcros, you can take those off and use those little zip tie areas that those Velcros are attached to. And I stuff everything down here with these case cables. That's why they look so clean, because I did actually do some cable management on those. I did zip tie these along this wall here, so it looks very clean there on that side. You can make it look even cleaner, and it looks clean on the front side too. But you can really match those cables up and zip tie them like that to make them really clean. And yeah, just bunch something like this up, zip tie that to those cables. You can zip tie these kind of to themselves up here if you really wanted to, kind of make them match up with each other, and then zip tie them, make it look cleaner. But yeah, manages itself with all those spots, and then in these particular spots, you know, they thought about that. Was like the cable management was in mind. They didn't just throw random zip tie spots, you know, so that's really good engineering there. Even get some on the backside here for, like, you know, if you're running a cable to your GPU or something for some screen or something like that. So very thoughtful from HYTE there. These cool too. Kind of like Leanly started this thing with the drive bays back there. You could access them from the back of the case. That's cool. Leanly actually got rid of that idea on their cases now, and you got to kind of access those drive bays from taking the back panel off. They don't come out from the back of the case anymore, Leanly. So yeah, but sweet deal. And we'll just toss in the power supply and GPU. I will actually plug in the riser in now too. So I don't need to access that bottom part of the motherboard anymore. Take that cable bracket off, add that to the top where the riser was originally at. And all these little brackets here have holes where you can change the riser itself too. But, I mean, you can just do this with the riser instead. So. Okay, take the protective piece off. And voila. Voila. Let's save that screw there. Boom. Okay. Get this in now. I don't need all these cables. I'm just going to leave them in there and just stuff them. It is a shift power supply. This is the Corsair RX 1000X shift power supply. I talked about it last week. So again, we just migrated a lot of the parts from that other build because we just want to show off the Z890 and the Ultra Core 9 again. So we did migrate a lot of those parts just back into this build. Great power supply. Again, the RM1000X from Corsair. It's a shift power supply, so it does have the cables coming out this way instead of the backside like a traditional power supply. It is fully modular though, and in this case it still works. So I mean, it does interfere a little bit with the drive bays, but there still is enough clearance there that I think you can still get your drive bays in and out without really much friction there. So cool beans. And that's not a knock on HYTE or anything. That's not their responsibility to think about Corsair's shift power supplies, you know. And the shift power supplies I think are better for like the more traditional cases that have like the shroud, like the PSU shroud, kind of like a Y40. It worked great in a Y40. The one we shipped to Braythorn had the shift power supply in there, the 850 watt RM850X, I think that was in white. With that build, it worked out great because that's technically like what it's more designed for, is a case like that with the power supply shroud, kind of the more traditional, not the dual chamber type of deal, you know. And let me just get these plugged in now. So, two CPU power headers, 8-pin power headers. Power cables into the headers. There are these rubber grommets, I guess, on this side, and on the longer side really helps to hide the cables. Just a little bit of they're a little stiff, but I like it. There's not a complaint. Just kind of gotta finagle a little bit for the cables there, and then we don't need any of this SATA stuff or anything, so I'm not gonna plug those in. Just gonna punch them up and zip tie them off to the side here. 24 pin. So no backwards back connect compatibility with these cases. I think HYTE is just waiting on, they think it's a kind of a fad or like a trend, so they're kind of just waiting on to see if that's really going to solidify in the industry. I think it is. I think a lot of manufacturers already kind of doubled down on that. With like, you know, I think Corsair definitely did it. Lean Lee did it as well, I think. It's Corsair and some other company, I forget. Yeah. We'll see. I would definitely like to see like that in the Y70. Just gonna make it look even cleaner. Because the Y70 already looks very clean. Now all that stuff is GPU. So no pink GPU. I actually have it off camera there. Here, still around. Let's get the GPU in there. So for how ginormous this card is, it's only 2-slot bracket, but I mean it takes up like 4 slots. Because again, it's the same one from last week. It's the 4090 from Gigabyte. It's their like higher end one with the fans. So this, I was explaining last week, looks way better vertically mounted. You can look at the difference. You can look at the difference for sure between both streams, because you can really see the lighting on it now that it's vertically mounted. And the screws are really easy to get in with this case too. Plug it in on the top here. Only thing about shipping in a case like this, you really have to, you see how it wiggles, you really have to get some foam down there or something when you're shipping these type of cases. They're a little bit more difficult than usual. I'll show off the cable management to y'all. Not bad. I mean, I didn't do much, but got a zip tie here just to make it a little bit cleaner, and then add the panel. So yeah, get this guy on there. Even with this back cable management pushing against the panel, it still closes. So even though they don't use screws, these panels are pretty secure on there with those clips. Yeah. All right. Move it to this side. Pretty zoomed in today with that front cam. All right, y'all, let's see me turn it on now, finally. Pretty fast today with this one, too. I was expecting it to be longer for sure than the last week's because of the fans. I didn't have like the Link fans or those L-Connect fans, but... Oh, did I move it to the wrong side? I'll move it to this side, I guess, where the camera's at. There you go. All right, who wants to see me turn this on? I got anybody in TikTok or YouTube? Chatting it up. Actually, you still need to change one thing too. The VRLA logo for the AIO. Boom. And even with the black and white, still looks great. Matches with the pink pretty well. Put pink lighting too on the RGB instead of just rainbow.
What happened? Sorry.
Just talking to the... All right, let's fire up. Boom. Oh, those fans are not on. Maybe the daisy chain. Oh yeah, I got disconnected. So I tugged on a little bit too much with the cable management there. There you go. Oh, we got a boot loop. Uh-oh. Not even a boot loop. Oh, there you go. Yeah, boot loop. And you can see that RGB on the GPU as well. Turn off the lights so it looks cooler. Ah. Hit my head on the light. All right. Yeah, you can see the fans spinning. They're not great. I've always noticed that on this card, and they're not the best. I think you got to change the well, like that. It looked pretty mesmerizing. You got to change them in the like Gigabyte software. The RGB does look a little bit too bright on camera. Kind of just look at white, kind of blown out. There you go. That looks great. I think it was just the camera settings instead of the actual RGB on the fans. Turn it again just to see the GPU RGB. And back. All right. Okay. Well, got another one in the books, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the Strawberry Milk Y70. Check them out on their website. Check us out on our website. This is going to be a ready to ship with some different parts in it. And yeah, hope you guys had a great week. Happy Halloween. And hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm out. See you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.